All right. So I've got a power washer here that won't start, and I'm hoping this is going to be a really quick video. They just told me that they're having a hard time starting it, and to check the spark plug, this is the only thing that worries me about this. He said it feels like it's trying to strip. You know, I hope they didn't just overdo it, and that can be a pain in the butt. You know, if you try to retap those things, you don't want all the metal shards or anything to drop down into the engine. But I'm hoping I'm not going to have to touch that. I'm going to take a look at this and probably take a look at the carburetor, see if it needs cleaning, and see if we can crank it up and get it working for him. I'm going to do this one real quick. I'm right in the middle of another project that was giving me a lot of hell, and I'll have to give you a preview of it. And it'll be in an upcoming video. But let me show you what I got. So here's the power washer. It's a Simpson, and it looks like a Honda engine. I don't know if it's an actual Honda or if it's a Honda clone. They just have the Simpson brand on it, but it definitely looks like a Honda. I'm going to do this real quick while I'm waiting, taking a break from another project over there. You can see that Husqvarna, and I thought it had it needed head gaskets, and I cleaned the carburetor, replaced the head gaskets, and man, it is still smoking up big time and will not start unless I'm pumping fuel into it. Yeah, so that was after I replaced the head gaskets. So I will be working on that again. It's taking me a little longer than I expected, but I got to dig back into it and find out why it's burning so much freaking oil. So yeah, so give me your 2 cents worth. What do you think it is? It's not the head gaskets. And I took the carburetor off, put it through an ultrasonic cleaner, cleaned it all out, replaced the head gaskets, and boom, that's what it's doing. It won't run unless I'm pumping fuel directly into it, and it smokes up like hell. So let me know what you think, and then I'll post this video up after this one. Yeah, so with this, the first thing I want to do, let's see, let's get that hose out of the way. Nope. Let's get all this out of here. And the first thing, I just want to put some, I guess I'll spray some carb cleaner or starting fluid or something down in there and see if it'll crank that way. Right now the choke is on, the fuel's on, and it just won't start. That's on, and we'll see if it'll start if I prime it with some fuel. Just got some carb cleaner. Let's see what that does. Have to crank it a few times. so that looks like it. Let's take that carburetor off and clean it out. There we go. Gaskets look good. Well, there she blows. And it really does look fairly clean, doesn't it? But let's take this off and look inside. Yes, sir, that's the problem. You can see all the gunk and varnish on the inside of that. Well, that seems to be jammed in there. And I think I'm going to take this top. Sometimes the fuel shut off here, sometimes that gets clogged. And a lot of times there's a little reservoir down here that filters it also, but this one doesn't have it. Yeah, that's not bad. Well, that's good. Alright, that's on. So just be very careful getting that out. Alright, it's trying. There it goes. Yeah, covered in varnish. So let's clean all this off. If it was any worse, I would be putting it into an ultrasonic cleaner, but this is not really that bad. It's all, looks like it was all centered at the bottom of the bowl. And it's coming off, you can see it's coming off really easy, so. And we'll look at this, it looks like it's all from here down, right? We'll get all that soaked. Now I'm going to take off that little needle, that little jet that's inside there. Hopefully it's not going to be, there we go. Sometimes they get stuck in there. There it is. And yeah, you can always tell. Right now I always hold it up and you don't see any daylight through it. So the thing is just really clogged. And I have a little jet or nozzle cleaner, whatever you want to call it. So I use this to clean my carburetors, but I also use it on my 3D printer to clean out nozzles just if I have to. comes in handy. There we go. Now let's get that little centerpiece out. Alright. And we'll do the same with this. Alright, looks like it's doing what it should, right? I just want to make sure this little joker wasn't going to stick. And I usually blow into the nozzle here and make sure, but it's kind of out of the way now. But you can see the fuel coming out. Now it's not, so there you go. It's working. Let's see, what else? I think that is it. Let's get this sucker back together. Alright, so let's put this all back together. Let's get the governor spring and linkage on. That gasket in place. Let's see, here we go. Position these so they'll slide in. Now I don't know how old this gas is that's in there. Well, everything is on except for the air filter. But let's see if it's going to crank. Choke's on, fuel's on. Well, that was easy enough, huh? Now this is what worries me. He was telling me that this is trying to strip. You know, if you look real close, I don't know if you can see that. He was thinking that it was the spark plug that was stripped. It's the tip here. He was saying it felt loose. You can still jiggle it. Well, that's just that little tip. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the spark plug off, and just to make sure, but I have a feeling that's the problem. That was just yeah, I think that spark plug's fine. Isn't that funny? So it was just a little tip there that was jiggling on them. So let's get that tightened down. And Alright, everything's A-OK. Alright, so that was an easy fix. Man, it is freaking hot out here, guys. We're back to Texas weather. Upper 90s. It's humid as hell after all the rain. But still, I got to do what I got to do, right? So I figured that was going to be an easy fix. It kind of cracks me up about the spark plug. It wasn't stripped going into the crankcase or the head. It was just a little tip on the spark plug was loose. I just tightened it down, cleaned the carburetor. It's working like new. So now I will get back on my big smoke blower over here, and I'll have that video up hopefully pretty soon. I'm going to tear back into it and see what's going on. But other than that, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch for the next video coming up.